The execution isn't there. We get behind the chains. I get very predictable. At the end of the day, we got to be able to keep the defense guessing, not be predictable.
I don't get into it's predictable or pointing fingers. Like, I'm not going to – I think KP's doing a hell of a job, but we all got to be better, and that's just the truth. And if anybody else thinks anything different, they got to wake up.
I got to be better. Got to be better. I take ownership for it. A lot of autonomy, a lot of opportunity there with the ball in my hands, and given those situations, I have to be wiser and more detailed with it.
You had this meeting this past week with Saquon and Jalen. What was behind that?
I don't recall the meeting.
Oh, okay. The meeting never happened.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Those guys said it did happen.
Oh, well, you didn't talk to them.
You weren't in the meeting?
I don't recall.
Or you don't want to?
I don't recall.
That's crazy. I don't recall the meeting.
So we got plenty of time to talk about this. Put your feet up, people. There's a lot to unpack here. So the Philadelphia Eagles in the last 5 days went from 4-0 and everything is fine to 4-2, and now we can't even get on the same page as to whether or not their three biggest offensive stars had a meeting. Dan, how do we explain this?
Well, everything was not fine.
Right.
And they were 4-0. The offense was a mess, and we were talking about it and being told, but it's okay, they're 4-0. But there are serious issues to fix on this offense. Now, the question is, does this become 2023 when they started 10-1 and then fell apart at the end, never got the offense figured out? Or does this become 2024 where around this time last year, they were at a little bit of a slow start. They had this meeting with the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, who's now a head coach of the Saints. And the idea was, our offensive line's playing great. So let's just open some holes for Saquon Barkley and let him run 70 yards for a touchdown. Great plan. Problem is, now, the offensive line's not playing great, and it's banged up, and Saquon's not playing like he was last year. So you have a team that doesn't have a great deal of confidence in its passing game, and there were some examples in those highlights as to why they might not.
Right.
And now they don't have any confidence in their run game either. So, unless you're going to just get 2.5 yards on every tush push and you can just keep getting first downs, I'm not sure what foundationally there is. They can adjust their scheme and they can figure some things out, but they don't really have a foundational identity for the offense right now, and that's why it's hard for me to see what the fix is.
Yeah, I mean, D. Wood said it on Monday when I said, have the Eagles lost their identity? He said, you can't lose something you never had. This season, they haven't had one. You were right. Last year, it was obvious what it was. And this year, it looks like they're trying to do a variety of things. As I turned it to you, Harry, to ask you the question, I promised you a statistic that would show you it's even worse than you think. A-17.
Worse than you think. That's pretty bad.
0 points in the second half last night, which for them is sort of par for the course. These are their season-long numbers.
Wow.
They are dead last in points per drive, in scoring rate, and in punting rate in the second halves of games. Harry, you played offense. You played on some really good offenses. This team should have a really good offense. They have a really good quarterback. They have two really good receivers. They have one of the best running backs we've ever seen, and they have an offensive line that, even if not playing at its level, is still above average at minimum. So why is this offense so bad?
Greeny, it's a variety of things. And number one, I'm going to say not committed to the run game. And we've seen that come up the last two ball games. Versus Denver, Saquon Barkley only has 6 rushes. Yesterday in the first half, he has 8 carries for 56 yards. He finished the game with 12 carries and 58 yards. They ran the football 15 times in the first half and 5 times in the second half. So that tells me you're not committed to the run. Now, I get it. You may have offensive linemen hurt here and there. But still, you have to be committed to the run game. That's the bread and butter when it comes to this football team. That allowed them to win last year. And I get it. It's not as I would say, positive as you would want it to be. Right. But you have to run the football. Secondly, if you want to beat the Philadelphia Eagles offensively, you have first and second down production on defense. The last 2 ball games, 7 of the 11 third downs versus Denver, guess what? 3rd and 7 or more. Yesterday, 6 of the 9 third downs, 7 yards or more. They struggle to pick up third downs when it's this down a distance.
Wow.
3rd and 7? or more.
They some
so you
ass
don't allow them to
ass.
get into that tush-push phase where they can just do the tush-push once on 3rd down, on 3rd and 3, and then again on 4th down if they don't pick it up on 3rd down. You're forcing Jalen Hurts to be back there in the pocket and become a passer, and he has not been good versus the blitz or pressure this season.
Yeah, it's to illustrate that point very quickly. I was watching the game with a bunch of viewers from ESPN Bet, and the first 2 plays of the game.
Got to keep mentioning ESPN Bet, don't we?
30 yards.
He's going to go over.
Yeah.
His over, I think, was 87.5, whatever it was. We were all like, oh, he's going way over last night. And then it felt like from that point forward, he was almost the forgotten man in the offense. You were there. What did you see?
You see, and after the game, both Saquon.
I know,
you heard Lane Johnson
I'm
talk
sorry.
about
I'm
whether the
enjoying
offense is
this.
predictable or
Forgive
not.
me.
You
I'm
just talked
enjoying
about
this.
D-Wood. They don't have an identity. It's time to start asking the question, why? Kevin Patullo has been in the NFL for a while now. He hasn't been a play caller, but he's been in the NFL. If this offense is predictable, is that because they don't believe in the quarterback to be able to open the offense more? Is that because they believe this is the best shot to be productive on the offensive side of the ball? These are intelligent coaches that have found ways to win games. Nick Sirianni is still on the staff. Why are they not doing more offensively? Why is the play action not working? Why are they not able to run the ball? Even last night, they start the game off to have some good runs. You look at later on in the game, it's 1 or 2 guys not blocking the guy they're assigned to, and that changes it. You look at this play right here. Jordan Mailata,
look like
one
ass.
of their best offensive linemen.
Look at that.
He is just beat by Brian Burns on that play. That's not play calling. Right here, left guard pulls. He's just beat by Kayvon Thibodeau.
I guess we've seen enough.
A guy has to execute.
I guess we've seen enough of the Eagles.
The fake between Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley does absolutely nothing.
Well, good evening, good people, and well, I would say Eagle fans, but they ain't showing up in here right now. You know what? There's an old saying, if you're going to talk the talk, walk the walk. Walk the walk, okay? Don't come in and be a fair weather fan, because you know what? My ass shows up every single week on the Dan Saleo show. No ifs, ands, or buts. Cowboys lose to the Eagles, I'm there. I'm manning the F up. Don't be a cockroach, okay? Don't be a cockroach, as Tony Montana said. But that's what you Eagle fans are doing. At the first sign of trouble, you guys hit the exits. It's been quiet since Sunday. I've been saying for a while, the Eagles aren't right. The Eagles aren't right. They got some issues. I don't know if it's the Super Bowl hangover or what, the change of the coaches, but that team, shout out to Logan Motorsports. Logan Motorsports, you my man. You show up when Boots draw. And good old Frank. I see Frank 2.0. You know, I see you're pushing the envelope there, man. I believe that maybe you actually do want to be outed. Well, let me drop another little hint. I'm going to say Frank Joseph, not just the usual Frank Joseph or the FJ versus MH or the Kevin 7, those ones, he's actually somebody that you see on a regular basis that doesn't necessarily act as crazy. Although it seems like sometimes they get kind of pissed off. A lot of times you see him on Game Time Brian's channel. You used to see him on here. And he's not in the continental United States. So keep playing, Frank. Keep playing, Frank. Yeah, or maybe you do want to be outed, but that's cool. You ain't going to stop me because you've been doing this for 6 years, spending your every waking moment trying to stop me. But guess what, bro? I think when you started, I think I only had about 40,000 subscribers. We've added about 100,000. How many of you added? Not many. Okay, we got Alan Williams in the house. Lady Libra in the house. What's up, Lady Libra? Double dipping on both channels. Appreciate it. Vado's in the house. Thank you, Vado. Happy birthday. Loyal Cowboy, how are you doing? JD 1965, Derek Young, Logan Motorsports, Roland's Review. Shout out to Roland. Alicia D in the house. What's going on? Nickel B Nickel, free AJ Brown. Let's see. Who else? Easy Six is here. Pamela Savage. What's up, Pamela? Flip Skelton. Oh, what? Did somebody say Ultra? Flip Skelton? Did I say ultra? I didn't say ultra. Did I say ultra? Flip said ultra. Huh. You tell me. Let's see who else we got in here. Jeff Lee. My name is Jeff, and he wants boobies. Logan Motorsports, Derek Young, Square 4, Lady Libra, Tay Cowboys. What's up, Tay? Alan Williams, enjoy your day off. And I think I got everybody. I think I got all the ladies in place. So yesterday was fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Wasn't expecting to do a 5-hour live stream on Thursday Night Football. Was expecting actually the Eagles just kind of mollywop the Giants. You know what's kind of funny to me? You know what's really funny to me? I'm going to gloat for a minute, and I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on as soon as I say this. But it was funny. G-Money Production. I'm an Eagle fan, and I'm here. Shout out to G-Money Productions. But what's funny to me is when I would say, man, the Cowboys, their offense is playing good. They seemingly getting on track. You know, the game against the Jets and stuff, that they made it through adversity. You know, we had 4 offensive linemen hurt. We had CeeDee Lamb out. We had Kayvon Turpin out. Our defense has just been terrible, but they found a way that the defense played a little bit better. They played a little bit better, and the offense just seems to be unstoppable no matter who's out there. And what we got from the the Eagle fans, the 49er fans, man, it was just the 2 New York teams. It's just the Jets. It's just the Giants that you beat. You let the Giants score 37 points on you. Yeah, you had to go to overtime to beat them. From where I'm standing, that victory looked pretty good right about now in comparison to the Eagles, because your Eagles offense is some doo-doo. It's some bullshit. Before we get in deeper, let's chat out to Sleeper.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today, get up to $100 credit using code JOBO. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Ooh, Joseph, if you want to accuse me of BS, you'll be dealing with my lawyer for defamation. I don't have time to waste with your stupid, non-basis allegation. Who said anything to you, Joseph? Joseph? Did I say you? I didn't say you. I didn't say you. Did I say you? Did somebody? Joseph Collin? You have a guilty conscience? Interesting. On my birthday. Thank you very much. Well, get your lawyer to get in contact with me. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, Joseph. Because it's amazing that somebody who has basically doxed me and my family and all that is worried about being accused. Interesting. Anyway, moving right along. But it's funny, though, Joseph. I never said your name, did I? Are you having a guilty conscience? It's funny that you showed up actually as Joseph Collin as opposed to Ultra Cowboy. Interesting. Okay, moving right along. I don't waste my time on stupid videos. I say it to people's face. Be ready for a defamation lawsuit. You just barked up the wrong tree. Google me and you'll find out who I am. Okay, well, if it's not you, I didn't say it was you, but if it's not you, that's cool. Go right ahead. Moving right along. The left is the best. Hey, Mark. Don't get scared now. Okay. All right. Not scared, buddy. You know where I am. You know where I am. I know where you are. You know where I am, so we're cool. All the Eagle fans at my job were mighty quiet today. I can't find, other than Logan Motorsports and a little bit of Philadelphia, can't find Eagle fans, to be quite honest with you. Cannot find them. If Dallas loses on Sunday, I'll bury my face in the toilet for diarrhea. Yeah, see, this is the thing is the Cowboys, they actually have to get their shit together for Sunday. This doesn't do us any good if we end up not winning on Sunday. The door is open right now. And here's the thing that's kind of crazy. As bad as we were, and trust me, we were all looking after that first game with the Eagles, and then after we got beat by the Chicago Bears and looking and saying, man, this shit is over. Like Michael Anthony, this shit is over. It's on you, Dak. And we were just literally ready, and Micah Parsons is gone. Everything looked like the shit was over. Looked like the shit was over. It was done. But that's the crazy thing about football is shit changes so quickly that before you know it, you forgot about what happened before. It's like right now, are you really thinking about Micah Parsons anymore? That Micah Parsons is literally an afterthought. An afterthought. So right now, the Cowboys have the opportunity, if they go ahead and beat the Carolina Panthers, if they go through and they go ahead and play and beat the Redskins, the Commanders, all of a sudden the season is totally different. And I think you look at this and you say, time to get our shit together. Are you, Colin, are you threatening me? You know where to find me. I'm at every freaking draft. Believe me, I will find you. Okay, well, I'm glad that you're threatening me because, you just said a lawsuit is a two-way street. Are you threatening me, Joseph? Are you threatening me? I think you are. I think you are actually threatening me. Don't get scared. Well, it's funny because if you are or are not him, that you were originally a friend of mine, or you were acting like a friend of mine. And then all of a sudden, you turned up, or excuse me. It's funny when you turned against me, that all of a sudden, Frank Joseph came up, and all of the videos putting my parents out there. Because here's where it's kind of sad, is if it is you or is not you, the fact that you have spent so much time and energy trying to defame me, trying to, not just me, my friends, people who come on my channel, that you're full of so much anger that you really think that I'm a scheme, like I'm just coming up with schemes, even though I had this house that was going to be destroyed by the city, that there was an outpouring for people to save it, but nobody else could do it. Came up with this idea that I'm just scamming. The fact that I tried to help my buddy Rashid, when Rashid was getting out of the hospital and was literally left off at the front door of the hospital with no place to go because his family could not take care of him. That I and my family and my son, who was his best friend, we took him in to help him. And he was very sick when he got out of the hospital. And somehow you turn that into Mark Holmes is negligent and scheming to steal money. In the same breath that I ended up going to Stuart Morrison, who basically asked me, he said, I know I'm dying. I want you to make sure that my mom's taken care of. And we went down there and we fulfilled his dying wishes and somehow tried to turn that into, he just took money to go on a vacation. Bro, the amount of work that we put in that Texas heat. And the fact that I was in Puerto Rico helping to rebuild some houses there after the hurricane that somehow I'm a schemer, that I'm stealing from people. Nah, bro. That's no. I blasted you about Dak. That's it. I have a family and a kid with special needs. I don't have time. Hey, you know what, Joseph? I have a family. I have a mother. I had a father who just passed away. So does Cop Pizzle. So does Philly 500. Get a clue before you send false allegations. F you and Frank Joseph? Okay. All right. Well, Joseph, I tell you what, buddy. I tell you what. If the officials who got into your computer are wrong, then I'll take it up with them. How about that? Because that's where the VPNs came from. The VPN that was in California and in Europe, England, I believe it was, that they traced it all down to. I'll talk to them about it. Okay? So that's it. I tried to go ahead and say, let's just squash this. I didn't want to be the one to bring it out, but you're the one who's been doing the videos, 4 of them in the last day. 4 of them. Trying to constantly make me a bad guy. So, back to football talk. Keepers always hooded up. We have. Joseph is a little salty. Calm down. A little? Yikes. This seems very serious. Yeah, I've been stalked for about the last 6 years and threatened. Been doxxed, including my parents and everybody else. I'm glad that you got officials involved. Thank you. This will prove my point. All right, so the good news for the Cowboys is we're about to start getting some players back. Imagine being falsely accused. You would pick. Joseph? Are you kidding me? Imagine being falsely accused. Me being. Are you serious? Are you serious? Being called a thief, a scammer, a con artist, a lowlife. Are you serious? Being falsely accused of being called a thief? To be saying that I'm using people who died to scam people for money? To take vacations? Seriously? Seriously? Ah, bro. Okay. If you want to talk directly, I got your email. We can email, we can talk. In fact, I think I still have your phone number from before. We can talk. If you want to talk and get this worked out, we can do that. We can do that. Okay. Excuse him. Who is he? Joe. Again, I'm not trying to be a lowlife like the person who ended up doxing me. Joseph Collin is the one who came on here and said I accused him of doing it. So, whatever. A stalker, yes. Papa Savage, yes, a stalker. Mark, get back to the show. Don't give this guy no more of your time. He's a hater, and we are here for you. Miles said, okay. Well, that is, it depends on how you look at that, Loyal. Miles Sanders is out for the season, which is very, very true. That gives Jaden Blue, a guy that they thought highly of, an opportunity. Now, the question you have to ask is, with Jaden Blue getting back on, getting out there for the first time this past week, it didn't really make a whole lot of hay. But I think what the Cowboys are looking at right now is that Javonte Williams is going to be the guy, that he is going to be the bellwether back. He's earned it, and it's going to be more like Emmitt Smith and a couple of runs here and there for some other guys. But as long as Javonte Williams is healthy, he's going to be the guy that's carrying the ball. That's just going to be a known fact. Jaden Blue will kind of get worked into it. Phil Maffa, after he gets off of, if Jaden Blue does not make any hay, then you could say Phil Maffa, you're right, Papa Savage, could be getting on there as well. We'll have to wait and see when that happens or how that happens. If it's Ultra, I will unfollow you because that shit isn't cool, and Mark and Tracy are very nice people. In words of Conor McGregor, who is that guy? No name. Keep feeding 33 The Rock. Jaden Blue will have a good game. I don't understand. People who hate Mark are always crying and begging to be on his show, to be his friend on his channel. Tay, I don't understand it either. I really don't understand it. But, at some point you get pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And I don't mind people going after me, but when people go through and literally sully the name of people who are no longer with us. She was my good friend. And I hate the shit that's happened with them. And that's what I don't think. It's easy when you're on a keyboard or behind a keyboard to throw shade and stuff. And I don't think people realize the damage. I don't think people realize the damage that somebody can do with the internet. There's so much fake stuff that's out there and things like that, that people can come on and, say this, this, and this. And there's so much fake stuff that you don't know what to believe and not to believe. And anybody who's ever met me will say, I'm the same person that you see on this channel. And I do everything I can for people. I don't necessarily have a lot, but when people are in need, I do everything I can to try and help them. I wake up in the morning, I bust my ass every single day to do this YouTube channel, to take care of my family, to try and help others. And by the end of the day, when I am dead tired, I reflect back and say, it was a good day because I did everything I could to be a good person. And when somebody constantly goes through day after day, and you don't understand, when your brother loses his son, blood clots, and this jackass goes through and finds somebody with the same name who's in prison and says he doesn't deserve your sympathy. I pray that my brother never saw that. Because in their time of grief, for somebody to literally denigrate that person's soul is a soulless person. To go through and literally say that I did not care about my father dying and I wasn't going to go to the funeral when I literally did my father's eulogy, hardest thing I ever had to do. At some point, you get tired of people doing that kind of shit. And so he'll continue. They'll probably go even harder now. He'll probably dox my family, my sister, my dog, my cats, and everything else. But, it is what it is. People are going to do what they're going to do. And his whole goal was always to try and stop me, to make me look like something that I'm not. But that's only made me stronger. I'll never stop. As long as I'm breathing, about the only thing that this person could do to me would be to kill me. That's about it. You didn't said everything in the world. They don't believe you because it's not true. Mark, don't let evil demons get you down. Be encouraged. It doesn't matter. The thing is, you can block them because I actually, here's the thing about not wanting to expose this person. I didn't want to do this because I didn't like the way it made me feel when somebody did that to me. And as bad as this person did me, I wouldn't want to do that to somebody else. But I don't understand. I actually feel sorry for somebody who has as much malice in their heart to spend the amount of time hating me and trying to go after. I work YouTube every day trying to keep up with the Cowboys. And I think this person is going even harder to find every little single clip. There's over 18,000 videos out there that I've done. But to go back and find clips from 5, 6, 8 years ago, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for this guy. Bro, I ain't that important. I'm a flea on a dog in the grand scheme of the world. We got people dying left and right, starving on the streets, killing each other, and your thing is to go after a YouTuber who's a Dallas Cowboy fan who believes in Dak Prescott. I'm sorry. I think your sights are set at the wrong thing to be a vigilante at. So, if it's not you, hey, no problem. No problem. Mark is the godfather of Cowboys coverage. I apologize, everybody who's been in the middle of this dirty laundry that's here, but it is what it is. Mark, Sunday is my birthday. All I want is a deer in the freezer and the Cowboys with a happy birthday. Oh, man, Uncle Doodly, I can't pronounce that. I hope you get that deer, and I hope we can get that Cowboys win for you. What a great man. I'm not a great man. I'm just a guy. That's all I am. I've never professed. And this is the thing that's crazy about this whole situation is I've never professed to be an expert. I've never professed to be always right. I've never professed to be ESPN. I am a guy who's in my basement, who's doing YouTube, who likes to talk and hang out with people. Am I wrong? Of course I am. Am I right? Sometimes I am. But that's all I am. That's all I am. So yeah, I would rather not have had that chapter of my life happen. I would rather have not happened. So there we go. Holly, me and I talked earlier. It was my bad. Laugh out loud. What happened, Joe? The Giants gave you a gift yesterday. Oh, Joe. Hey, no joke. Listen, I literally got down on one knee to Pizzle. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but we needed that win bad. We needed the Eagles to come back down to earth, because had the Eagles gotten that win and then, have a little bit of momentum being 5-1, and then they kind of have, a little space for error going against Minnesota and then the Giants again, and all of a sudden they can just keep, coasting through. But now this is like a bomb that's gone off in the middle of the barracks. And now you got A.J. Brown, who's literally saying, we didn't have a meeting. What meeting? You got to talk to them. And everybody's pointing fingers at each other. So now, what will the Cowboys do? Now, back to before I was rudely interrupted and threatened, what I was saying about the opportunity with the Carolina Panthers. Derek G. Mark, I've been watching your show for 7 years. You've always been fair to people as long as they are fair to you. And a man who works as hard just like you do, myself, keep going, buddy. Hold your head high. Mr. Mojo, I like to watch racing, but I love to watch Eagles too. It's just easy every time I see you name. You see that you race dirt bikes. Mark, how TD is going to – oh, boy. Here we go. So we're supposed to be worried about Rico. All right. Okay. We'll get to that in a second. But if the Cowboys can find a way to get past Rico, who is the backup running back who's getting another opportunity to start because others are injured, if he can react revenge, and I don't know why he should be reacting revenge on the Cowboys, they did him a favor. I believe he's making more money than what Javonte Williams is. Shout out to you. I love weed. Happy birthday, OG. And fuck the shingles. Shout out to you. I love weed. Got you covered. If you put so much hate into someone trying to say shit that's not true, just imagine how much you could do. Well, this is true. If that person, no, VC Pen, they're not. They're not any longer. Instead of having a channel about me and all the work that they did, they could probably have a really good sports channel because the amount of time that they put into that would be actually well spent elsewhere. Last night, Philly 500 meltdown was classic for TB. That was incredible last night. In fact, let me take a little bit of a breather here. Come on, man. Come on.
Pick up flags against the Eagles every week.
Second and 10. Here we go.
Second and 10. You got to score, man. We need a touchdown.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Are you telling me it's a pick six? Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Philly! Oh, shit! Oh, my God! Oh, shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! He's passed the fuck out! Oh my God! Oh my God! What a bad pass! Oh my God!
Horrible throw!
What a stupid pass!
Horrible throw!
Oh shit!
That's it. That's game. That's the game.
Oh shit! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh shit!
You know, so it's like, all right, basically, you want to eat some ass? You want to eat up some ass? Eat up some ass. Let's go. What?
Yeah, that was a great night. That was a great night, and I tell you what, what made that night even more special was actually being there with my friends and having all you guys hanging with me. For another hour after the game and just talking about it and living it up. I'm hoping that we have more times that are like that we can get together and actually just have a great time laughing and joking about the Eagles and stuff. But Leo is a good sport because Leo showed up knowing that he was going to get mollywopped in the same way that his Eagles team did. Game time. Hey, game time. I tell you what, I'm going to do something here. Game time. I think I need you right now. Hang on 1 second. Give me 1 second, people. All right, game time. There we go. I sent you a link so we can get into this game a little bit. So if you can join me game time, that would be kind of cool. Okay. Boom. There we go. Okay. Mark is the Yoda of Cowboys content creators. Boobies all the way up. Joe Massey, join up Brian, Love, Game Time, and Mark together. Unfortunately, we don't get together as much as we used to. Doesn't sound like two Manly does it. Nick J. Let's see. You said you did see Game Time in here, right? There's nothing better than ice cold beer and watching the Eagles take a belt to ass. Dirty Sanchez. Mark is a criminal. Okay. Mark is a criminal. Okay. Right. Okay. Wow. Whew. Amazing. I'm sorry. People forgive me. This stream has gone off the rails, and maybe I just need to end it. Uh-oh. What's going on here? My people are down here. Hold on. We need Trey Henderson. Well, Super Sports Ricky, I tell you what, if the Cowboys win the next 2 games, I guarantee you we'll be making some moves. I guarantee you we'll be making some moves. My wife and my daughters are down here along with the puppy. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Don't burn down the house.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Okay. There we Okay. Do I blow it out?
I'm not sure.
Okay. That was a sparkler. Thank you. What? No. 60. God.
Is there a fork?
Is there? I'm gonna. Thank you. 60. They know I love nothing but cake.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Red velvet.
dear Dad.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Happy birthday to you. Whoa.
Okay. Set off the smoke detector.
That was right on time.
That was perfect. Thank you.
Where's the alarm?
It's over there. Okay. 60 years young, many blessings and many more. Okay. All right. We got the smoke detectors off. That's what happens when you're 60 years old. The smoke detectors go off because there's too many candles. But they were smart enough to use sparklers with 60 on it. So thank you all. Your score prediction for Sunday, DJ's dad, 48-17. That would be a great score. Okay. Here we go. All right, I'm going to switch spots real quick. Hang on. Hold up. We the boys. Leo's eating ass. Okay. All right. Can you hear me? Game Time, you're muted.
I can.
You can. How are you doing today, man?
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. My kids and my wife just brought me down a cupcake, and we set off the smoke detector because 60 candles are too many.
Dude, wow. The big 6-0. Do you feel any different?
Yeah, man. I feel tired. I feel like I need a nap, man. I feel like it's past my bedtime and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Are you still alive?
I'm still live right now.
Okay.
I am live in here in the chat, and my stream has been kind of screwed up.
Like how? Like I was wondering.
Oh, wow. I had somebody come in that said I accused them of being Frank Joseph and that they are going to sue me.
Again, Listen, man. The facts are the facts. It's not like I don't know what you've said. We haven't talked. It's not like me and Mark talk all the time. He's very busy. So I don't know what you've said or not said. I have not said the man's name. I know the man's name. I know there's a small circle of people who knows the man's name. That's your business.
Mm-hmm.
He did one video about me and my family earlier, so it is a slap in the face.
Today?
No.
Oh.
This is a
You mean
couple years
before?
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's done,
Putting
so-
out your job and your address and everything else.
Yeah. So my thing is, I don't know where you're going, but when you have the connections that were made and the people, listen, he has the correct information. So I don't know how that, by you being doxxed all these years, could be any different than you doing the same thing. I'm not saying do it or don't do it. That's up to you. But how could that be different? YouTube allows a lot of people to do a lot of crazy stuff.
They really do. They really do.
There's a lot of rights out there. As long as you're not going up against minors, if you think they're minors or not, that's the thing. So, but yes, so that's unfortunate. I know me and Phil, we were trying to wrap it up. He was having some internet issues, but we went longer. We did. I did block. I'm getting more and more of these channels where they have my face in the picture. So who knows? I told him to go do another Mark Holmes video. So if that was him, he was over on my channel. So
that might explain it. Because
he was over on my channel.
Channel.
So yes.
Okay, then that happened today.
About 45 minutes.
Oh, so he came in and said, if you want to accuse me of this BS, you will be dealing with my lawyer for defamation. I don't have time to waste with your stupid non-basis allegations. I don't waste my time on stupid videos. I say to people's faces, get ready for a defamation lawsuit. You barked up the wrong tree. Google me and you'll find out who I am. Don't be scared now.
Nobody's scared.
You know where to find me. I'm at every frigging draft. Believe me, I will find you.
Okay, well,
I blasted you about Dak. That's it. I have a family and a kid with special needs. I don't have time for stupid videos. Get a clue before you send false allegations. F you and Frank Joseph. I'm glad you got officials involved. That will prove my point. Imagine being falsely accused. You would be pissed as well. I'm kind of like, falsely accused? Welcome to my world for the last 6 years.
Wow. Listen, it is, again, I'm not going to tell you what to say or not say, man. So you got to, that's why I told people who know, I'm not getting involved as far as outing it. He does videos about Mark. So listen, Frank Joseph isn't the only guy who does it. There are a lot of, if you look around the internet, there's a lot of channels that go after a successful YouTuber and just basically do that.
Ride on their coattails.
It is what it is, people. Again, it's unfortunate, but this is the world we live. So Mark can handle it how he wants. I support how he wants to go in doing so. But I'm not going to say anything before he decides what he wants to do. Again, it's not like this source is, how should I say, unreliable. It's as reliable as it gets. So let's just leave it at that. If you can do what you want, but the source is very, very, very reliable. So
yep. Well, I tell you what, it's been building up because it's been like 5 videos in the last 24 hours and stuff, and it's kind of crazy, man. It's if somebody wants to be a YouTuber, if you spend that kind of time and effort in really doing something other than attacking somebody else, you'd probably be successful. And maybe if you weren't an asshole,
this person is very smart when it comes to the Cowboys. We don't always agree.
Mm-hmm.
I've told him before knowing that he's very knowledgeable.
Oh my God. I've got a couple of Eagle fans. I've got Philly D showed up. Have you seen very many Eagle fans this today?
Yeah, well, Logan, Philly D, Linda Conyers. We have an APB and all points bulletin out for Hamid. Hamid has left the building. He only comes out when he wants to troll. Lord Vaughn was out. Mouse. So yes, we have had some Eagle people. I have more Eagle people, not numbers wise, but it seems like my regulars, I have a bunch of Eagle people, and they were all there. So, but Hamid, we do have an APB out for him.
Joseph Collins back. Check your email. My info was provided for the officials.
Okay. Pensman Sports. Mark, can you add me as a moderator? If not, it's okay. Just asking. What's up, Pensman Sports? How are you? Marcus Blackman got blocked by Joe.
Thank you for
accident.
getting the officials involved. You can have them call me 787. To interview me because of the bullshit without any evidence, beside the fact that will always make fun of you because Dak is irresponsible. You getting pissed when Frank Joseph messes with you, but falsely accuse me, and I'm supposed to take it. Have the officials call me if necessary. My only issue with you is after sending you the hot sauce 3 days later, I blocked you from your channel. I just saw the date in the email, and I can see you assumed it was me.
Thanks, Dan.
But you were wrong. Also, I believe you hate me without any evidence. You just wanted to tarnish my image. Sorry, I didn't pay my wife to be married for 16 years. Okay. Respectfully, Joseph Collins. Well, if I'm wrong, my apologies. There you have it.
Logan is a real fan, guys. Yeah, Nick J, he is. I have exciting news to share with you. What's up, Penman? Share it. Share away. This is the place to share it. Dirty Sanchez, him and Philly D were going at it. It was hysterical. Oh, man. But, yeah, so, again, I don't know, man. It's just, like, when you said... dude, get a YouTube channel. You seem to know what you're talking about.
Didn't know what opens you up for.
This crap, man.
I didn't either. And it's sad because I never professed to be an expert. I've never said that. Bet your money on what I say. I love sitting in my house or wherever I am, Marcus, and just talking to people and engaging with people and making, I've created people like you that are lifetime friends.
Yeah. And people think we're fighting all the time. I'm like, it's you too now. Mark,
me and Leo fight all the time too.
Well, yeah, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I mean, like people, I don't know. I guess they want me just to not talk to you for some reason. I don't know why that would be. That's well, do your own thing. You don't need Mark. And I don't know who it is, but you see it. I'm like, well, yeah, he's the one that got me into this. That's how I am. I enjoy being on with Mark. We've been to multiple drafts. We've been to the Hall of Fame. Hopefully, Darren Woodson gets in. I'm going again if that happens.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, it
might not be just him. It may end up being one of our senior members as well. So that would be kind of cool. In which case, the Cowboys would probably have a Hall of Fame game. All right. So here we are with an opportunity. What is the taste in Philly right now? Is it saltiness?
Well, here's the deal. Like and I think Philly D will be honest with you. He's a local, lives near me. The radio stations, it is not good right now. They are. I think we would all agree there's a level of talent on the football team, but I've never seen a team that's 4-0 have be so dysfunctional. And we heard the word, Mark. We heard, Eagles have such a great culture. That culture goes, it's very fleeting. It don't take long for culture to disappear. Only the Eagles who could be 4-0 and have infighting. Well, they're not infighting. The AJ just wants to be part of the offense. Well,
yeah.
Okay. I listen. We know all about diva wide receivers. Now there's a thing, Mark, where there was these are trusted team reporters, not working for the Eagles, working for local newspapers, saying that there was a team meeting. Okay, and now we have AJ saying, "Well, there wasn't a team meeting."
That was what was crazy last night, because
and AJ is not on the same page with Jalen Hurts. If any, that's a fact, and now we're hearing that there might be trades for AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think this is going to be a possible what happens this week against Minnesota.
Yeah.
But that's this, like, the fans in the radio station are more alarmed than what people like the national media is.
You should have seen Xander last night.
Now, yeah.
Oh my
God! I heard he was always getting their back. Was he lighting them up?
He was lighting it up. Because see, what we ended up doing last night after the game, I ended up opening up my chat to go ahead and make it to midnight for my birthday and stuff. And Leo showed up, and Leo was, high as usual, and definitely was taking bullets for the team and stuff.
Well, that's cool that he showed up.
Oh yeah, he did. He got a beat down. That's why I said you finally gotten beaten into the club now. Okay, it's not so much fun when the rabbits got the gun, is it? And after I was finished with that, I was watching Cilio and him, and it was like a funeral. And after Dan got off, he went on for about another 2 hours last night to like 2 a.m, and he was just lighting them up big time. It was just crazy.
But Dan loves this because he's gonna turn on you. Dan's a guy who loves to elevate you to then tear you down. Xander is an actual diehard Eagles fan, so he's probably hurt legitimately more than what Dan Cilio might be. But yeah, it's this is why, and I always tell people, stop it with the blanket statements. Dallas sucks. I understand that's a funny line around here, but Dallas can't do this. Eagles are this. It's a week-to-week league. The
it really is.
The Jets and Dallas isn't as bad as, I understand we blew their doors off, which made it so impressive. It was over by halftime.
When we were missing 6 starters.
But, and, I don't know if you probably haven't, but, I've been really, really comfortable lately, sleeping wonderfully, knowing that for the first time since probably Bill Parcells, when it comes to the Cowboys, I feel like when we go into a game on Sunday as a staff, not just Shoddy, but as a staff, I feel like we have the upper hand most times. We have such a good coaching staff. We had 4 out of 5 starters on the offensive line out, and we ran the ball down their throat. That's impressive. That's deep. Is it not? Wasn't that impressive?
It really is. And see, the funny thing is everybody's saying, and I can't believe I'm the one saying this, but everybody's like, Dak is just getting it. Dak is getting it done. And it's not just Dak. The difference of, let's go back to last year. You had Brandon Cooks, infection in his knee, didn't play the first part of the season. You had Jalen Tolbert as your number 2 wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb wasn't in training camp. You couldn't rush for 62 yards a game the first 5 games of the season. Your offensive line, Tyler Guyton, literally was like Olay when somebody would try and go on the inside. Your offensive line was shit, and your defense was just as bad. And everybody said, oh, Dak just sucked. And it's like, you've got to have players. You've got to have players. And having somebody legitimate like George Pickens out there, and having, I forgot, Jake Ferguson got a concussion the first week and then hurt his knee. Having a tight end as a security blanket makes all the difference. Having good receivers.
Funny because I get this no excuses thing. Remember last year we were in Dallas. Me and Phil locked in. And you felt bad. You're like, I'm going to come anyway. Whatever. Yeah. It was a shit show, right? But we went anyway. And let's face it, we were a laughing stock, right? And every time I revisit it, no excuses, injuries happen. We lost everybody.
Yeah.
We literally lost everybody.
You know how many Eagle fans are sitting there crying, oh, we lost Landon Dickerson. I was like, do you have the rest of your offensive linemen?
That's one thing I could say about a lot of people. They've been pretty cool because that's part of the game and you have to overcome it. But last year was ridiculous. Dallas has lost a lot of guys this year. We're winning with 4 backups. And Terrence Steele, who most people think is a backup, who actually has been playing pretty darn good, at least in the run game. I'm proud. I'm very excited about our offensive line coach. He's the real deal. Clayton Adams, the offensive coordinator, is not calling plays. Brian Schottenheimer, the way he's sticking to the run. Come on, man. And I don't know how you feel about this, Mark, when it comes to Shoddy. I feel like this is the first coach maybe since Kellen, but I don't even know. I think Kellen was kind of, this is my scheme. I know McCarthy, this is my scheme. You're going to run my scheme.
in which
Brian
passed about
Schottenheimer
65%
is
of the
actually
time.
given the reins to Dak Prescott and taken full input because I was at the game. I saw multiple checkouts or audibles at the line of scrimmage to a run play that killed it. And that's why I've been telling everybody Dallas has to win the next couple of games to be legit. I agree with that.
Yeah,
we can't lose to Carolina and then
if you can beat Carolina and then beat Washington,
yes, bingo,
then that's when you have to say we need to kind of push the chips into the table.
Well, that's why it's a perfect timing for the trade deadline. You go and you beat Carolina, and then you have to come home and beat Momo's team. You have to go beat Washington Commanders at home. You have to.
Yeah.
They're going to be the first real good team that you would have beaten. And then you go to Denver. Now you're playing with house money. Let's say you lose that. You come home, Monday Night Football against Arizona. You win that. You're 5-3-1, and then you have the bye week.
Right.
You have the trade deadlines the next day.
Yeah, so you got time.
5-3-1, and then that's just that it coincides with your bye week. Now you can look at your team and see what you need and go do it. Because I want them to take advantage of Dak Prescott because he's playing so free and he's
playing outstanding.
He reminds me of Romo at his best at the end, but the problem was Romo's body couldn't he couldn't stay healthy. Remember, he was so elite towards the end. Mentally, he could dissect it.
It's funny because people don't remember that 2014 season. He was coming back off of another back injury, and that first game against San Francisco, he couldn't get the ball 20 yards down the field, and it was kind of out of necessity that we started just really running the football, and we finally found out, oh my God, this actually works. And he was able to get some time to get back into shape of being able to throw, and he ended up being one of his best statistical years.
Right.
He didn't have to throw for 4,000 plus yards. It was only like 3,700, but he had like 35 TDs, and that offense was humming, and it was balanced. And that's what I love about this right now is we're balanced, and we're not dependent on just CD Lamb. And what I feel is going to be great is getting back, when we start getting some of our players back, the experience that our backups have now gotten that should bode us well going into if we make it to the playoffs. This to me is a redshirt year. Anything more than 9 wins is bonus.
Yeah, and that's why I think, if we do, I expect to win this Sunday. And then, again, the big game is Washington. We always play Washington well. Always do. We should be able to beat Washington Commanders. If not, then I got to I'm annoyed because as good as Dak's playing, he needs to beat that team. And he does. His record against the NFC East, I'm not saying Dak, but the team as a whole needs to win that game. If they do, the sky's the limit. And the awesome thing is Dak's 32. If you notice Dak running, he's running
better than he's running a long time.
We heard Hammy off the bone. He's done. He's off and injured. It only takes one hit, people, I know, but he's not getting touched. With backup linemen, he's not getting touched. He 1 sack, 0 sacks, 1 sack. So his shirt's clean at the end of his jersey is pretty much clean at the end of the day. So that's you could do that and you could step up on a pocket. I mean, I'm just excited, but we have to get a little bit further down the road, before we start, saying playoffs. But we gotta
what? Don't
playoffs.
I'm gonna smack you, man.
Well,
don't say that.
No, that's why I said we gotta get further down the road. But
you know what was amazing to me watching the game last night was how the Eagles looked like they were lethargic, like they were just literally going through the motions. They had no fire or passion or anything. Did you get that impression?
The coach is getting a lot of flack right now, and I don't know. I mean, what's your thought on the situation? Because I'm kind of dumbfounded. I had Jesse Montanez, who's a Giants fan. I was waiting to see if you were going to send me a link. I told everybody maybe I'll do a half and then join you, but you had Philly 500 Cam on, so it's kind of tough.
Yeah, it gets to be kind of crazy.
I figured that.
But I'm glad I had the Philly Cam on because when
I
Jalen Hurts threw that interception,
what's Philly doing?
When he threw that interception, he just sank in his seat and he put his head. He froze. It was rare air seeing him melt down the way he did yesterday. But I said when I was on Dan's show on Wednesday, I said they're a powder keg and they're about ready to blow up. I said, in Philly, oh, no, we're fine. We always start out slow. It's the scheme and things, but you can't change the offensive coordinator at this point. They'll get themselves into gear. But they just don't look
to get off kilter. And I brought up 2023 a couple weeks ago. I'm like, I got a weird feeling of 2023. People forget. Logan remembers. He's in the chat. Eagles were 9-0.
9-0, and then
9-0.
they lost 6 in a row.
And the wheels came
Fell
off. I could see the wheels wobbling just a couple weeks ago, and it was funny. I do like after each week, after the first 4 weeks, I did a quarter breakdown of the NFC East. I'll do it again after 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And we looked at it, and I said, listen, Eagles are 3-1. They're doing it, and their next 4 games are Giants twice, at the Vikings, and whoever else.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we're going to go 4-0. I remember Eagle Drew's basically saying, we're going 4-0 there. We're going to be 8-1 or whatever, 7-1 after 8. And I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, I think you're right. And they lost the first 2 of the leg already. They've already lost the first 2 of this. And then they play the Vikings and then the Giants at home. So very interesting. Very, very interesting.
I can't believe that they physically beat up the Eagles. Now, maybe that was the hangover of them losing to Denver. And they just, short week on the road. I don't know.
I was shocked. I was shocked because I felt like the Eagles.
Thank
were
you, Jay. I
come
appreciate
second
that.
Half.
You know how bad
second half and put a thumping on them. I thought Jesse was going to melt down in front of us. I really thought Eagles were going to come out in the second half and dominate. And when they didn't, I'm like, what's wrong? And I want to hear from the Eagle people. And we're not trolling. What is wrong with your team?
I have very few of them in there, in here. I mean, Leo stopped in for a minute. I got Philly D that's in the house right now. But
what's wrong with
Logan
your team?
Motorsports? You know what I keep getting from them?
Hangover. I don't know about that, Logan.
What I keep getting, here's the thing that they keep hanging their hat on. Well, we always start off slow. They said this time last year we were a mess, and then we started running the football.
I know the answer, but I'll let you get your thought out because I like to, I know why. I mean, I warned everybody coming into this year.
It's hard to repeat, and this is when they put an 18th game on and have another bye week. Here's the thing. They played until the middle of February. You start doing workouts, end of March. That's not much time to let your body heal. Saquon Barkley and everybody, Philly 500 literally said he's going to go back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons. Yeah. It's like, no, you don't have that many hits in your body. Every time that a back ends up getting 2,000 yards, the next year it's cut in half, sometimes even worse than that.
Well, he's dealing with a knee that isn't really out there. I don't know if you know.
Willie, happy birthday. Willie, yesterday was your birthday. Happy birthday to you, buddy.
Basser. Shout out to Willie Joe.
And you can look, and their offensive linemen are still kind of nicked up, beat up, and they're still kind of sore.
You know how it is. And I actually commended the Eagles for taking this turn because coming into the season, they were coming off of the Super Bowl. Let's not forget, Mark, Darius Slay gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've been there. I know it was a long time ago, but we've been down this road after you win a Super Bowl. They had to make some, tough choices. C.J. Gardner-Johnson gone. Milton gone. Josh Sweat gone. Brandon Graham retired. It goes on and on. Mekhi Becton gone. Now, listen, you can't keep everybody, right? You have Jalen Carter, who's having a down year. It's safe to say, people, Jalen Carter, stat-wise and every other-wise, he's still a great player.
He's not anything like he was.
Statistically down year.
Well, he didn't play last night. He
did not play. So my thing is this, is when you have to move on from players. I think the Eagles did the right move by turning the page to young players. But what I told a lot of the people, I said, just be careful, because when you have to then rely on a young player, and maybe you could speak to this more than me because you played the game, and you played around some pro ball players in college, that when you now are the guy that everybody's looking at and you haven't really done it, just being on a Super Bowl team doesn't give you experience.
No, it doesn't.
I'm sorry. Now, when the weight of the world is on your shoulders in the locker room, and everybody's
coming after you,
the pressure's different. And you have to hit on all your young guys. They have to all come up to speed right away. You know how, listen, the draft is not an exact science. Picking in the first in the top 15 is easy, people. I'm sorry. Anybody could do that. But, not all these guys develop on the timeline that you want, and injuries happen. And I think that's what's happening. Eagles have all these younger guys. They don't have the veteran on the defense. There's a lot of weight on Jalen Carter, and Jordan Davis is having a phenomenal year. With all the
what was interesting about Jordan Davis in that game last night? You saw him interacting. He actually you see him fist pump. Jackson Dart last night, and was friendly. And it's like he's got good karma, and then you got Jalen Carter spitting on people, and he's injured, and hocking loogies and stuff on there. Karma, it is a real thing in my mind, at least.
I like Jordan Davis. I was hard on him, but he lost the weight and he's balling out. But you can't do it all by yourself. And him and Jalen, again, and I told people, I said the edge rushers now with Philly is not the best. They're not,
and we know that one ourselves too.
Yeah, so
it's a mess. Kiana? So what's your prediction for the game? Cowboys get the win.
Yeah, I have 26-20 Dallas. I have it closer than what people think. It's going to be rainy in Carolina. I see a lot of people predicting 38-37. I hope we're averaging 37, 38 points a game. I hope we do that. Believe me, I hope we score 38. I got like a 26-13 game, and then Carolina gets a touchdown late to make it 26-20. Dallas wins, Dallas covers, but I don't see 38 points, but who knows? I think it's a different game. I think it's a fast game. They're going to run the ball, play action. Dallas, just to let everybody know, Dak is number 1 in the league with play action passes. So, again, that's when you can run the ball.
Yeah.
That's big. So
and that's the difference, because nobody cared about play action, big deal. You can't run the football. So
how long have you been saying that though? That's the thing. How long have we been saying
about as long as I've been saying get Calais Campbell?
Yeah, and DeMario Davis.
And DeMario Davis and stuff, man.
Yeah, DeMario. And that, before I go, my thing to you was more like, what do you want? Let's say they beat Carolina and they beat Washington. Let's say they go and lose to Denver on the road. Fine. You come home, you beat Arizona. You're sitting at 5-3-1. What do you want them to do with the deadline? Because I'm hearing, we need an edge rusher. I don't know that you do. But what would you do?
Your offense is set. Actually, you might need a cornerback more than an edge rusher.
And we got a stud corner coming back, but he is a rookie.
I'm not sure that he's had the setback and stuff in training camp. That's putting a whole lot of pressure on a guy coming back. It's almost like, remember I kept saying that Overshown was going to be ready sooner than I've been saying that from the time I saw him line dancing. I was like, no, actually they're working on trying to get him in by the end of October now.
Really?
Yeah, they pushed it way up. He got a great report from the doctors.
Okay, well,
he's going to be opening up the window. He may be playing by the 1st of November.
Wow, that's impressive.
Now, I hope that this isn't that it's too soon.
I'm not gonna. Here's my thing. Just like I said, Savon Ravel, I'm not counting on him this year.
I'm like you, Ivan, linebacker.
Like a lot of people say, Savon Ravel. I'm not going to count on him. Okay?
No,
I'm more worried about keeping Diggs healthy, Bland healthy. You have a nice little rotation going right now. It's really about getting pressure on the quarterback. If we can do that, it makes everybody's job easier. But I don't know that I can count on Overshown. That's just like a cherry on top. I mean, he's been injured every year. How can we sit here and say,
I would love
he comes back? Yeah, okay. For how long?
The move I would love to see happen would be to get DeMario in the middle.
Well, I think that's the type of move I would want. I don't want to give up a lot of assets for who. Now, you're talking about Bradley Chubb. I don't think they're going to go out and get an edge rusher, people. I think, if anything, they're good. But I don't know. That's the thing. It's very
you know what? If the Joneses are really feeling it, if they end up winning, 2 of the next 3 games, and the Eagles continue imploding, and you beat Washington, look at this.
They're looking at the Eagles right now. I think they're looking at just doing what they can do. If Dallas does what they can do, everybody's talking about our schedule, Mark. It's not that bad. We have this.
Well, a lot of the teams that you looked at early on aren't as good as you thought. The Eagles aren't. Kansas City is not. Yeah.
Right.
And even Minnesota with J.J. McCarthy, I'm not sure that one
If you look at
scares me.
everybody else's schedule in the division, it's a nightmare road as well.
Yeah.
Eagles have a tough schedule. This is their easy part, and they've lost the first two. So they got to play Buffalo and Buffalo. They have some tough games down the road. So, I think, like I predicted, everybody, I think this division is going to be tight coming down the wire. Except I think the Giants are maybe better than I thought they were.
Yeah.
This Jackson Dart.
He was the real deal. And Scattaboo, I don't know how long Scattaboo can run like that because that reminds me of Marion Barber.
Yeah, exactly.
Freaking pinball.
Wow. I saw, who was it? I saw the ex-Giant, the cornerback that was playing last night, just that wanted no part of Scattaboo near the end zone. It was crazy. Who am I thinking of? The Giant. Last year he played with the Giants. I can't think of the little guy.
Yeah,
little guy. But he wanted no part of Scattaboo. So that was impressive. But I don't know. It'll be curious. I think Jerry is desperate, and if they do win 2 out of the next 3 mark and get to that 5-3-1 mark going into the bye, I think they're going to do something.
I think so too.
And
all right, well, I've got to actually get out of here because my daughters and stuff, but shout out to Game Time Bryant. If you're not subscribed to Game Time, I don't know what's wrong with you because you need to do that, okay? Definitely check out Game Time Bryant and Prime Time Phil. They are my best
Adoree
buddies.
Jackson. Bang.
That's it, Adoree Jackson. Yeah. And in the meantime, it's my birthday for another hour and 45 minutes, and I'm going to go spend it with my family. So peace out.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old.